The recording has been started. Okay, so I guess my screen is visible. So we have completed discussing about the major data types. So like byte, short, int, and the long data type, right? So let us do a quick recap on the today's session. The focus here, tomorrow we will develop one small real-time application. So to understand that, you need to understand this today. Okay? Byte. We have discussed about byte data type. Right? The default size of byte data type is what? The default size is 0. After that, what is the size of byte data type? Is 1 byte. Right? And if you want to represent the size in bits, okay, it is what? Collection of 8 bits. Followed by what kind of data type is it? It is a signed data type. Okay, this is a specific information that I can give on byte data type. So when it comes to short data type, okay, what is the default value? Default value is 0. What is the size? 2 bytes, right? What is the size in bits? 16 bits. Okay, is it a signed or unsigned data type? It is also a signed data type, right? And the third data type is what? The int data type. Feature, the default value is 0 again, right? And what is the size of int data type? The size of int data type is what? The 4 bytes. 4 bytes is what? 4 bytes is collection of 34 bits. 32 bits, right? And it is also what? It is also a signed data type. Okay, what is the last data type that we were discussing under integer category? Under integer category, we have long data type. Like, what is the default size of long data type? Can anyone tell me? Come on. What is the default size? Just think that this is an interview. I'm asking you, what is the default size of long data type? Who can answer this?
0L.
Yeah, 0L is the default size. Thank you, Subir. 0L. For the remaining data types, it's 0. For the long data type, it is always 0L. You don't see this in the console, but internally, okay, you should not forget to suffix 0 with L. Okay. And what is the size? Size is 8 bytes. What is 8 bytes again? 8 bytes is collection of what? 64 bits. 64 bits. And again, is it signed or unsigned? It is also a signed data type. So we have to remember this table. Okay, remembering this table is going to be very easy. It is not a difficult thing. Anyone can remember this, isn't it? Anyone can remember this. Okay, so let's do quick recap. And if you want to find the range, if you want to find the range for all these 4 data types, to find the range, what is the range? How to find the range? What is the formula? Minus 2 to the power of n minus 1 to positive 2 to the power of n minus 1, okay, minus 1. So this is the formula that is applicable for bytes data type, short data type, integer data type, and long data type. So you can find the range. If you want to memorize, you can memorize as well, but memorizing is not really recommended. Okay, you can memorize the formula if you want, right? And what else we have discussed? Apart from the formula, we have also discussed what? We have also discussed some problems. Okay, the important thing that you have to remember. Okay, the important formula, the important combinations that you have to remember. You have an int. Okay, let us say that you want to do addition of two byte values. Okay, and the resultant val as always to be assigned to the integer data type, right? And if you want to do addition of two short values, if you want to add two short values, the resultant value should always be assigned to the integer data type. Okay, and if you want to add two integer value, okay, the resultant value should always be assigned to the integer data type. I was telling you yesterday, by default, okay, so in this case you don't have any issues. When we are doing this, actually we know the range, we know the range of byte. By knowing the range of byte, we are going to represent the variable, right? Here also we know the range, okay? But if you look at this, there are high chances that this adding two integer numbers, there are high chances that it is going to be out of range. When I say out of range, okay, you might be taking an integer value like, okay, 200 crores. 200 crores is going to represent, it can be placed under integer data type. And again, you can add another 200 crores. I mean, again, you can use another 200 crores to be placed under integer data type. But if you perform the arithmetic operation between two integer data type, the resultant value is going to be bigger than the integer. Okay, but still this is going to support it, but you get a garbage value. Get a value like what? A garbage value. So we have also discussed these things yesterday. Okay, and again yesterday Manisha has asked a good question. See, now yesterday I forgot to say this. Let's go back and see. Yesterday what happened? See, let me take integer a equal to, okay, so 1000 I am taking for the simplicity. Okay, system dot out dot println. I want to access the variable a so that 1000 will get displayed in the console. Now, what is the possible answer here? Can anyone tell me? What will be the output? Meanwhile, let me open the comment prompt. It's very clear now. Why you take a lot of time, guys?
1000.
Only 1000 is the answer. See? Okay. So let me save this file. Save as, okay, a.java. Let me replace it. Let us do the compilation. For the compilation, the command is javac space file name dot java. No compile time errors. So for the execution, the command is just java space class name. Yeah, 1000 is the answer. Okay. So now tell me what is the answer. Can anyone tell me? So you want to know this value? Okay, let me say. Okay, so this is equivalent to 10,000 crores. 10,000. What is the answer? Tell me. Come on. What would I get in the console?
Garbage value or
10,000 crores. Huh? But I will also tell you one thing. This 10,000 crores is within the long range. That also I am telling.
it will print the same number.
It will be 10,000 crores, right? Do you agree, everyone? Yes. Java C space 8 or Java. Now you see. Now this is what I am talking about. Now I was telling you yesterday. Okay, only Manisha's because of your question, I remember this. Especially I remember this logic. What is happening here is this is the error that we are getting. What is error? Integer number too large. Okay. What you are trying to do, you are trying to print a variable. That is completely fine. This variable is holding a value, which is what? Which is 10,000 crores. And of course, this 10,000 crores is what? Is within the range of long data type. But why when you are trying to print it, why it is not accepting? Why it is saying like that? It is just like printing this value. This a is also like what? Okay. This printing a is similar to printing the value. Printing a is also similar to printing this value. So whenever you're trying to print something, whenever you're trying to display something in the console by using system.out.println statement, okay, when you want to ensure that this is representing the long value, when you want to ensure that always make sure that you are giving what? You are giving L as the suffix. The moment you give L as the suffix, now you tell me what would be the answer.
10,000 crores.
10,000 crores.
Only 10,000 crores. Think and tell me. How many system.out.println statements are there? 2. So here 10,000 crores, that is fine. What about here?
It will be error.
Yeah, error. You will get the value here. Okay, this will be compiled, but you will get a compilation for this line because you have forgotten to add the suffix here, because the system.out.println, the integer value that you are using it inside this particular instruction, okay, even though it is long, it would treat it as an integer. You should be very specific to the compiler. Hey, I am trying to print the long value. How this message would be conveyed to the compiler? By using the suffix L. Okay, now this is valid. If I execute this is going to be what? This is going to be completely no compilation error, no runtime error. The moment I remove this suffix, okay, there is a problem with the compiler. Compiler will be like, what do you think? What you are thinking about this? You are using an integer. This will be represented as an integer, but the number is too large to be represented as an integer, because always it will treat this as an integer. We need to trick the compiler to ensure that this is not getting treated as an integer. This is getting treated as a long value. So always ensure that you are keeping a L to be in the safer side. Making sense, right? Now let us see few more problems. And you may be getting doubt in the real time. Okay, if you are using a long data type in the we usually go for integer data type. After the what we call it as the typecasting, we do the conversation. That we will understand tomorrow. Tomorrow we will develop the real-time application. It will be very simple and very easy, and you will find it very interesting. Okay, next, what are the things that we have? Okay, now answer this. If I say int plus long, okay. Now tell me, let us see who can answer this. I have a long value, long a equal to 100. I have another long value, long b equal to 200. Okay, and I want to do what? I want to assign the resultant value to the variable c, which is of integer type. Okay, a plus b. A plus b, this a is of long type and b is of long type, and the resultant value is being assigned to the integer type. What would be the answer now?
300.
What about others? Only Sudhir is answering. What about others? Let us see what is the answer. Now see, incountable type, possibly logic conversion. Okay, so I think this is what Manish asked yesterday. See, long plus long is always long again. It is just like taking a cup of water. Okay, for example, you are saying that you have a water in a water. I mean, you have the 1 liter water bottle. Just imagine that you have 1 liter water bottle. Okay, this is the capacity. Doesn't look like a water bottle. No issues. This is a 1 liter water bottle. Yeah. Okay. And what is just like saying that is just like saying that you want to fill all the water that is over here into a small cup, into an 100 ml cup. So the cup has the capacity to hold only 100 ml of water, but you are just like saying that you want all this 1 liter to be filled in this 100 ml cup. Is it really possible? 100 ml cup you have. So 1 liter water bottle you have. If I tell you, can you please make sure that you are utilizing this 100 ml to fill this 1 liter of water? Is it really possible? Only the capacity here is only 100 ml. Okay, 100 ml capacity is here. Only you can fill 100 ml, and remaining 900 ml you cannot fill. You're not doing a statement. You're giving an order here. It's not a request. You're giving an order. So whatever you do, please ensure that okay, this 1 liter of water has to be filled in the 100 ml glass or cup. It's just like saying that. If you look at this program, we're trying to assign the longer data type, okay, the longer data type to the shorter data type. It is not possible. But you might be thinking, sir, actually you have said, okay, when I do integer, okay, when I take this as a bigger number, let me take it as, okay, and when I also take it as a bigger number, okay, this 200 crores is within the range to get represented in the integer data type, and this is also within the range, but the resultant is not within the range. But still this is going to work. Still overflow will happen. Overflow will happen here. You will get a garbage value. Because compiler is designed like that. Compiler is designed like what? For the plus operator, Okay, when you're using the plus operator, it will always ensure that both sides are of integer data type or the bigger data type, but the resultant should be integer. This is not applicable when you're using the long data type here. If any one of the data type becomes long here, any one of the data types becomes long here, if I try to execute it once again, this is not applicable. This is applicable when the resultant values are going out of the range, and the resultant data type is also a long data type. I mean, the resultant data type is also integer data type. This integer individually possible. Individually, you can, this value is within the range. Okay, and this plus operator is expecting the integer in the both sides possible. The resultant value is also an integer. Right? Individually, both are integer, and the resultant value is also integer. But during the execution, okay, it is losing what? It is going out of memory, so garbage value is getting generated, right? Just like this. Okay, but it is not valid when at least one of the data types becomes set. If you do long here, okay, this combination is not valid because you are trying to assign a bigger data type to the smaller data type, just like the water bottle example. So what can I say? Okay, let me apply the rule here. Let me remove this. Okay. Int plus long must be what? Int plus long must be, resultant value must be long only. Okay, and again long equal to long plus int, or long equal to long data type plus long data type. These are the combinations. These are the combinations. So I can also conclude that by default integer int data type is a default data type in Java. Default integer data type in Java. I mean, what I can also say it like the plus operator. Plus operator will always ensures that both the sides are of int type. This condition is valid only, okay, till integer size. If the size is till the integer level, if it goes behind the integer level, this becomes invalid. Okay, this becomes what? Invalid. This is the exceptional case. We are the exception. Any questions here, everyone? Is it clear? Yes, no? Any confusion I have created? Come on, say something.
No, sir.
What about others? Am I taking class only to Sudhir or what? Come on, everyone say yes. At least say yes in the, even if you know or no, don't know. Oh, unmute and say yes, guys. Why preparing?
Yes, sir.
Why preparing chat boxes? If you're not speaking here, how we will speak in the interview rooms, huh? Be bold enough, huh? Okay, next question. Let us develop a kind of the calculator application. A small calculator application we will develop, and we will see how we can improvise that. See, guys, if I want to develop a simple basic calculator application, so today we will do it here, okay, and we will improvise it. Then tomorrow we will take the front end as well as the back end. We will do integration, like you get input from the front end, okay, and we will create an URL. We will get an input from the front end, and we will capture the data from the back end, and we will do the manipulations. We're trying to understand the logic behind it. Okay, so I want to take two numbers, integer a equal to 10, integer b equal to 20. If I do system dot out dot println, okay, a into, let us do addition first. We take 2 . Now what is the answer in the console? What will be the output? Well, value of a is 2, value of b is 2. So arithmetic addition, arithmetic subtraction, arithmetic multiplication, arithmetic division. What would be the answer?
Is it both 0 or 1?
0, 4.
Okay, good. The answer is what? space a dot java space. If I tell you that this is a calculator application, people, it is very ridiculous, right? This is not yet a calculator application. Of course, the idea is this is the idea, but I want to take input from the end user now. I want to do little improvisation. Okay, to do that little improvisation, I really want to collect the input from the end user. I want to mock that. Instead of opening the browser, as a backend developer, every time I would be asked to mock the information, mock the details. Okay, I will be having any URL, whatever it is. Just I might imagine that I have an URL. If I open that URL, I will get two tiles. One tile will accept one number. Second tile will accept another number. Okay, and there will be a submit button. After giving a submit button, it will give the result of addition is so and so value, subtraction is so and so value, multiplication is so and so value. But in order to do that, we are just a backend developer. We need to imagine that. We need to mock that. What we have to do? We have to mock that basically. We have to do the mocking. Mocking means what? We have to imagine that we are capturing the data from the actual end user. For that, I will be using a class called scanner class. I will tell you clearly what is this scanner class. Just focus. Scanner class is a class which is going to collect inputs from the end user. For now, just keep that in the mind. Scanner C equal to new scanner. Okay, this line is going to do what? Okay, this is the scanner class that collects data from the end user. It will scan the data from the end user. Okay, and it will accept an argument like system.in. What does it really means? For now, just think it like, okay, system.in means the user will be inputting something in the keyboard. The user will be instructing something in the keyboard, or user will be giving some data by using the keyboard, by using a system, and he is going to do some inputs. I mean, it is going to enter some data. Think like that. Okay, and what I am doing, instead of taking, okay, I will give a message to the end user. System.out.println. Okay, now the message would be like, hey, please enter two numbers. Please enter two numbers. This is the message I want to give. Let me run till here. What would be the result? Okay, if I run this, let me focus here. Okay, Java C space a dot Java. I want to import scanner class. 1 minute. Don't worry, what is this import and what is this scanner? I will give you the complete explanation. For now, just imagine like, okay, the scanner is something like a class. You are getting input from the end user. So really, we cannot we cannot imagine what the front end team is doing. We cannot really imagine what the front end is doing. Front end may be working in the JavaScript. Front end may be working in the React.js or Angular, or it may be working on HTML. Okay, so but just imagine that. So this is going to help us to mock it. Okay. Java space. You are getting a please enter two numbers, but this is ridiculous because this is not making any sense. I've just asked something, but already the values are assigned, so it is getting displayed in the console. This is getting executed. But my requirement is I want to collect inputs from the end user. So what I would say, please enter the first number. Please enter the first number. Okay, let me try to execute this once again. Yes, Java C space a dot. We were doing development line by line. Java space. Hey, please enter two numbers. Firstly, please enter the first number, and these things are getting executed. I want to stop this. I want to stop placing the static values. I want to give a break to this. What I can do, instead of entering the static value or the hard coded value, I want to collect the values from the end user. I have already created a scanner class, right? Okay, I will create the reference variable of the scanner class. If this is the scanner class object, I will just take the reference variable. SC is the reference variable. Okay, I will use that SC. Okay, and I will call a method. I will call a method. This is an inbuilt method. The method name is next int is the method. So don't worry about these methods. We are going to see these things in detail. Okay. The idea here is that we are mocking it. So I am taking the scanner class. This is going to scan the inputs from the end user. I am printing a message because end user has to understand what he has to do, right? What he has to do, he has to understand, right? I am displaying this message to the end user. Okay, and end user, and again the second message is like enter the first number. Now you see what will happen. Java C space a.java, okay, Java space a. Okay, now it is waiting. Now it is waiting for the value to be entered by the end user. If you see, the cursor is keep on blinking. Why blinking? It is waiting for the values to be scanned. You want to give one number, let me give 10 and let me put enter. It is calculating the values. I have entered 10. Right after that, it has calculated what? 12, 8, 20 and 5. Okay, now A is what? A has taken the input as 10. And I want to give the dynamic value for the B also. So what I will do, I will copy this and I will paste the same thing to the B. Okay, and I need to display something to the end user because end user needs to interact with the programming language. Please enter the second number. Now you see the magic. Java C space a.java, Java space a. Okay, hey, please enter the two numbers. Please enter the first number first. Okay, let me enter 2. Please enter the second number. Let me again enter 2. Okay, you are getting output as 4044. Let me improvise this further. And let me add one more line, system.out.println. Okay, I want to add something like what this one. Java C space a.java space. Hey, please enter two numbers. I want to enter what? I want to enter something like 100. Please enter the second number. Again 100. We'll get addition. Okay. I can keep improvising this. I can keep improvising this. The addition of before even improvising that, let me trace this. Let me help you to trace this program. Okay. This is an application. This is not application. This is an application to mock the situation. We are just mocking the situation. We are imagining that. So there is a front end team. That front end team is going to input the values. I mean, they are going to do what? The front end team is usually going to do two things. They will develop the page. They will develop the web page in such a way that this web page will have the instructions like enter the numbers. Okay, enter the numbers. Okay, and they also have designed some tiles. Okay, number 1 and number 2. This is the first number. Okay, and this is the second number. And after there will be a submit button, yes button. After submitting this, okay, after entering the values, let us say that 10 and 20. So this is the duty of what? This is the duty of front end team. Okay, but we want to mock this, right? We want to mock this. As a backend developer, I want to mock this. I want to imagine that I am really getting values from the front end. This is how you do the mocking in the real time. Not exactly like this. So the scanner class is going to help you in such a way that it is going to help you with the mocking the objects, mocking the values. Okay, let me paste it here. Now focus here, focus the tracing. You will understand now. Let me remove this. It's not required. Okay, and okay, this is also not required. Okay, let me keep this like this. Focus areas. Okay, so this is our source code. Okay, after getting the source code, okay, this source code is named with what? A.java. right? Then after this, you need to do the compilation. A compiler is coming into the picture. Okay? So what is the command for the compilation? Java C space a dot java, file name dot java. Okay, after the while at the time of compilation, this a dot java file, okay, will get inside the compiler, and the compiler will produce what? A dot class file. Okay, after the production of a dot class file, you need to perform the execution. For that, there is a JVM inside the Java software, and there is a command called Java space. The moment you give the a dot class file will be loaded inside the JVM. Will be loaded inside the JVM. After loading the a dot class file, main thread gets created. This main thread is only happy to see the main method. It will always search for the main method. It will always search for the main method, right? So the searching will be started for the main method inside the class. Keep searching. Okay? The moment it finds a main method, one by one it will execute all the instructions. This is the main method. Found this main thread is happy. First instruction is what? It says, okay, this program is trying to scan some inputs from the end user. He has used the scanner class. Okay, he has used the new keyword. New keyword is going to create an object. Inside this object, okay, and he has a reference of system.in. Just for the imagination, these diagrams are system.in, and the reference variable name is what? SC. SC is a reference variable name. Okay, because of the first line, these things are happening in the memory. This is for our imagination. Don't think that you have to write this over and over again. This is for the intuition. You need to imagine the things like this, or else it will be very confusing. For the imagination, this is what happening behind the scenes. Okay. What is the next statement? You are giving system.out.println. Hey, please enter two numbers. The value, this complete value, this complete information will be displayed in the somewhere in the console. Let us imagine that this is the console. Inside the console, the first statement would be like, hey, please enter two numbers. So after this execution, the main thread will go to the third instruction, which says, please enter the first number. Please enter the first number. Please enter the first number. Okay. So it is like you are conveying a message to the end user. Since you cannot develop this. Backend developers cannot develop the job that will be developed by the front end team. Right? So you will be mocking the things like this. You will imagine the things like this. This is how you will develop the backend application. So please enter the first number. Now end user will think, okay, end user will realize that, okay, I am supposed to enter a number. Let me enter something like 10. End user will enter 10 and he gives the enter key. The moment he enters 10, okay, this 10 is part of what? Okay, this 10 will get assigned to the next immediate variable, which is what? A. Because you look at the right hand side, after the assignment operator, after the equal to operator, if you look at the right hand side, it says sc dot next int. Sc is part of what? Sc is part of system input. Sc is referring to system in, system.in. It means whatever the input that is entered by the end user, okay, that will be captured. That input will be what? That input will be captured. Okay, that will be assigned to the variable, which is what? A. 10 will be captured from the end user. The value 10 will be assigned to the A. Okay, now A as the value. Okay, and after this assignment, after assigning this, the control will be jumped to the next line. What is the next line? Please enter the second number. That has to get displayed in the console. Look at the tracing. Please enter the second number. Okay. Now end user will realize, okay, this main thread will wait until the end user is entering the second number, because the next immediate statement is what? It is expecting a value from the end user. It is expecting, because sc dot next int. SC is representing something like system input. SC is representing system input. If the end user is not entering any number, this main thread will wait forever. If end user is waiting for 2 years, this main thread will also wait for 2 years. if the power is turned on, if the laptop is okay, if the laptop is designed in such a way that it will withstand any kind of working hours, things like that. Once the end user enters something like 10, okay, that 10 will be captured. That 10 will be captured. 10 will be captured, and this 10 will get assigned to the variable what? It will get assigned to the variable b, right? And inside this b, the value will be 10. After this, the main thread will jump to the next line. What is the next line? A plus b. What is the value inside A? Value inside A is 10, and value inside B is what? 10. What is 10 plus 10? 10 plus 10 is going to be what? What? 20. What is the next instruction? Okay. 10 minus A minus B. 10 minus 10. Okay, you get what? You get 0. Okay. And what is the next instruction? 10 into 10. 10 into 10 is what? 100. Okay, you get 100. Okay. And what is the next instruction? Next instruction is what? 10 divided by 10. 10 divided by 10 is what? 1. You get 1. So now you are taking the dynamic input. How taking the dynamic input is possible? By using the scanner class. What is the purpose of using the scanner class? Purpose of using the scanner class is to mock the data that is coming from the front end. So we are the front end team, or are we the back end team? We are the back end team. So these things will be collected from the front end. Once the front end has designed this, once the front end has designed this, then we will start integrating this. We will do the configuration of the front end application and the back end code. So this is the back end code. That configuration will happen after doing some settings. Till that, if you want to test something, either you may use the scanner class or create the mock objects, and this is how you do the testing. It is not like in the real time, the end user will have this command prompt. He has to understand all this Java C commands or Java commands and come and operate our application, right? He cannot understand the command prompt, right? If you want to understand and operate our application by understanding all the what we call it as all the commands in the command prompt, you will never use our application. So this is for the developers only. Okay, by looking at this, can I say that, see, in the real time, if this is the case, I can also do like this, right? So every time the values are dynamic. Java C space a dot Java, Java space a. Please enter two numbers, first enter the first number. Okay? And if I enter something like, let me enter a big number. 200 crores I have entered. Enter the second number. Again 200 crores. Now see, if by looking at our application, do you think that every end user is going to use our application? Because it is getting failed in the testing. So this is a kind of bug. This is what? This is a kind of bug. Again, we have to do the improvisation for this. Till now, are you able to understand what I am trying to say? Yes, no? Everyone? Yo. Are you able to understand what I am trying to say? We are just mocking the object. This is not a what we call it as the A class application. This we are just trying to mock the object. Now, after sometimes end users are very clever. They try to what? They try to do some ethical hacking. Ethical hacking in the sense they want to break the logic. They want to break the application's logic. They will give a big numbers. They will give a big numbers. If this is treated as a bug, the application is working fine for the small values. But when you go behind what? When you go behind something like 200,000, it is not working. For example, when it was fine for the small number, I mean small numbers. If you are finding bug here, it's your duty to ensure that okay, there are high chances that the customer may enter the bigger number. There is a possibility. There is a possibility. So in that case, what you have to do, you need to deal with this typecasting. You need to deal with the typecasting. The value is greater than integer value. We need to perform something. So that concept will come under what? The typecasting concept, which is the future topic. Typecasting concept. What else? What are the other improvisation that we can do here? There are so many things we can do. So this is completely nonsense. Hey, please enter two numbers. Please enter first number. I can improve it like calculator application. Calculator application. Okay. I can also do something. I can also do so many things here. Can I get your name? I can say, can I get your name? Now you see what will happen. Next thing, he will enter his name. Name equal to sc dot next line. Now you see what is happening. You are developing a small application, but you are making a lot of improvisation based upon the requirement. These will come under what? Updates. This will come under updates. If you are designing this piece of code, this piece of code will won't remain as a piece of code. Every month it is going to get updated in one or the other way. One or the other way. Now you see what difference does it make? Hey. Now you see I have done some improvisation. Don't think about the logic. Think about the what did I do? Did I miss anything? Okay, this is missing. Now see my application. Hey, can I get your name? Yes, please. My name is Balaji. What it says? Hey Balaji, good day. Please enter the first number. Okay, let me enter 100. Please enter the second number. Let me enter second number. Okay, I can also improvise it like, please enter the first number. Indian slang, Balaji. Okay, please enter the second number, Balaji. Now you see the output. Okay, hey, can I get your name? Let us say Sudhir. Okay. Hey Sudhir, good day. Please enter the first number, Sudhir. Now what Sudhir will think? Okay, I have to enter the first number, 100. Hey, please also enter the second number, Sudhir. Okay, let me enter 10. Okay, and he is displaying these things in the console. I can also do improvisation for this. I can say addition of two numbers. Okay, I can do like this. So the idea is, if you want to develop a calculator application, we are using the four operators: plus, minus, multiplication, integer. Here also the data type is going to play a vital role. A key role this data type is going to play a key role. We haven't developed a very big scale application. It is a very small scale application. Just for mocking purpose we are developing. In the real time also, whenever you are designing a piece of code, this piece of code keeps getting updated every single day. Every single day or every single sprint, it is going to keep getting updated. That's the idea. Okay, tomorrow what you will do? Tomorrow I will also help you to understand. Okay, we will design this front end and we will integrate and we will also connect the back end. I mean this layer. Now see how beautiful the application is going to be. Only with these lines we will make a good web application. It will look like a web application. That we will see tomorrow, right? And again, what is the next topic? Next topic is, okay, let me tell you something, guys. Don't worry about the scanner and all. Again, I will be repeating this in the future. For now, just try to understand how an application could be developed without having any dependencies from the front end. So we are using the scanners class for the mocking purpose, for the testing purpose, or for the imaginations purpose. Apart from that, nothing. What I have done here, I will send this code to you. If you have time, okay, I know you people did not download the Java software, but still you can use the online compiler and try this piece of code in the Java online compiler. You will get the answer. You will get what I'm trying to say. Okay. Now let us understand the next data type. What is the next data type? Boolean data type. Focus here. Boolean data type is very easy. Boolean data. This Boolean, if it's a data type, it should be in the lower case. All the data types are in what are supposed to be in lowercase letters. Whatever the data type that you take, it is primitive, it has to be in the lowercase letters. It is non-primitive can be in the uppercase letters. Okay. So what is the first point? Please be informed that there are two possible values accepted by the Boolean data type. Boolean data type. Okay. They are what? They are true and false. Apart from true and false, you cannot assign any other value to the Boolean data type. Either you can assign true or you can assign false. It is used for the conditional check. Second point is used for what? Used for the conditional checks. Okay, and the size of the boolean data type is it consumes it just consumes it just consumes 1 bit of memory. Okay? But in some textbooks, like I have referred many textbooks, they are saying that the size is not precisely defined. The size is not precisely defined. In some textbooks, this is the answer, but in some textbooks, it consumes 1 bit of memory. The idea of 1 bit is very clear. We have understood what is 1 bit. So you can go with this answer. It is going to consume what? Going to consume 1 bit of memory. Right? How do you express a boolean data type? Okay, this is how we will express. You have a value true. Okay? True is a static value, and if you want to assign that to a data type, okay, is hotel open? Is hotel open? Yes, it is open. True. Okay, then data type has to be what? Boolean. Okay, let us do some problems. Let me remove this. Now you tell me the answer. Boolean is class available equal to. Think and tell me what will be in the what would be the output in the console. So let me take. What is the output? Anyone? What?
True.
Everyone? What about others?
True.
True. You are again wrong, guys.
Error.
Error. Why? Because true has to be represented in true is always in lowercase. Okay. True means this true is completely different and this true is completely different. This true is not identified by the compiler. It will not be treated as a true value for the boolean data type. When you are using true, it has to be in lowercase. And now the answer is going to be what? It is going to be valid. Java C space a dot Java, Java space a 2. Right? And again, okay. Any idea what it will give? No idea. Okay. First, let us deal with the default value. Let us deal with the default value. I will come to that question later. I am using a variable a of the boolean type in the class level. In the class level, okay, I want to use a variable. Okay, let me a and let me not assign any value. Okay, let me remove this. What is the answer? Any idea? Okay, now tell me. Okay, now tell me which. Okay, if I have these two variables, now tell me which value will be having the priority, local variable or class level. Local variable will have the priority. If I remove the local variable, definitely there is a class level variable will get the priority. But the problem here is you did not assign any value to the class level variable. So default value will come into the picture. I am asking what would be the default value. It is true or false. It is true or false. Or it is 0. Any guesses you have? Or it is something. Or else the last answer is I don't know. Whatever it is, tell me. Okay, let me tell you that also. So when you are using the boolean data type, the default value of the boolean data type is always going to be false. People will assume that it is true, but default value is false. Okay, if someone is asking you, hey, what is the default value of boolean data type? What you should say? You should say what? It is a false. It's a fourth point. The default value of boolean data type is what? False. Okay. So let me take boolean a equal to false, okay, boolean b equal to true, right? I want to do a or b. This is the logical operator, a or b. And someone say what would be the answer? Do you know logical operators?
True.
True only, right? True, right? True. Okay, if I use, okay, if you're not knowing, no issues, don't worry about this logical operators. But in the real time, how, what are the possible places where you will be using Boolean data type is, it is always about meeting a specific condition. It is always about what? It is always about meeting a specific condition. When I say a specific condition, something like, okay, from the end users, there will be some fields. Okay, what is the first field? Check whether his age is lesser than 18. Okay, check if the age is lesser than 18. Okay, check if the age is greater than 18. Okay, check if the age is greater than 50, okay, but lesser than 60. There will be some validations. There are some validations. Okay, this validation, you can, for the particular validation, you can have only two possible answers. If there is any condition, you can have only two possible answers. You can either say false, or you can either say, or else you can say true. Do you think, is there any other answers apart from this true answer, these two answers? In such conditional checks, okay, you will be getting data from the end user. The end user, say if the end user wants to travel to London, okay, and the first conditional check would be done is what? The user age of the user. The user age has to be what? Greater than 12. User age has to be what? Greater than 12. How I can validate this? Let me take integer a equal to, let me take integer a equal to 12. Okay. Now I can say, can you please check if the age of the student, or whoever it is, age of the person is greater than 12. Okay, or greater than, let us say greater than 12. Let me keep the ages 10. What would be the answer, you think? So this is a condition, right? Don't you think that this is a condition? Yes, no? Can I say this is a condition? This is a condition, right?
Yes,
If
it's
you
a
have
condition.
if you have some logical condition in, especially in Java, what are the possible answers? So we as a human beings, we are capable to say, no, he's not satisfying the condition. We have so many answers, but Java can answer as in two ways, either true or false. This condition is satisfied, it will return true, or else false. What would be the answer over here if you say
False.
false? Would be the answer, right? Okay, my mistake. See, this age is 10. Okay, what does it says? One minute. Okay, this is how I am supposed to put. Okay, directly I have used that in system.out.println statement. Okay. Okay. See, I am using a conditional check. Okay, in Java, if you want to represent any conditional check, that conditional check needs to get represented in the if block. That conditional check has to get represented in the if block. Don't worry what is if block. Don't worry what are the things that I am saying now. Just worry about the true or false. Just worry about the logic, either true or false. Okay. This condition is going to get evaluated as what? Evaluated as false here. Okay. If this is getting evaluated as false, this if block will never get executed. How can I execute this block? Again, I need to ensure that this condition is getting evaluated to be what? True. It has to get evaluated to be true. You want to make it to get evaluated as to be true, I will change the value of a as 100. If I do this, and now this is going to get evaluated as what? True. And in this case, if block will get executed. So most of the time in the real-time application, all the conditional checks will happen in the inside the if block. If block will accept accept a logic, and you would say, okay, this if block is representing to check the condition on age. Okay. What is the condition? The age should be greater than 12. Why 100? Let me take it as 19. Okay. And also another condition, if you want to check multiple conditions, you can check possibly infinite number of conditions, many number of conditions in the if block. The second condition is like p equal to something like 20 or something like 5. Okay. What does the b mean? You gotta say that b is an experience. B is an experience of the person. A is the age of the person. Age should be greater than 12, and experience should be at least greater than 3 years. Experience should be what? Experience should be greater than 3 years. Okay. Now you tell me whether this condition is going to get satisfied or not. What this conditional statement is going to return?
True.
True only, because the AND logical operator will always accept if both the conditions are true, the output is evaluated to be true. For true, the answer is true for the AND operator. Okay. Here I have two integers, but these two integers has to meet a condition. What is that condition? The age has to be greater than 19. First condition, it is met. Okay, it is true. And also the experience should be greater than 3. Okay, he has 5 years of experience. If both condition is matching, okay, then I have to evaluate this. I have to execute this if statement. Don't worry what is if statement. So these are the places where you will use the boolean operator. That is what I'm trying to say. Right? Sometimes the condition checks will be like, okay, the first two conditions has to match. The other, there is another other conditions that match, that is matching or not matching, no issues. That is matching or not matching, no issues. So I can say that boolean, let us say that gender, okay, or let me take boolean is male equal to something like true. Okay. So this is the second condition. Next condition is male, okay, or is female. Is female. Both condition I am taking true. So I can apply these both conditions here as thank you for rejoining, guys. Okay, now I am placing another condition. I am placing another AND condition. And inside this AND condition, I am using what? Is male or is female. Okay, there are many a condition within a condition. Okay, think and finalize the answer. Okay, first, always always you have to do what? You have to substitute the values inside the braces, angular, inside the simple braces. Is male or is female, both are true only. So definitely it is going to get evaluated as true. Okay, these both are true only. So again, at last the combination of, now you tell me, instead of telling myself, can you tell me what would be the condition here? How this condition?
True and true. So true.
True only, right? If this is true, this statement has to get executed. So output is going to be what? True. That's our JavaScript. Yes, yes means is true. Sometimes there will be cases No. In my company, I will allow only the male. I will allow only male candidates. I will allow only the male candidates. Right now, I need to change my logic. I need to what? I need to change my logic. Okay, I need to place what? I need to place. Okay, I should place. I can place and here also. I can do this. Okay. Let me check the output. Okay. So there is also an operator called the not operator. This is what? This is not operator. If there are no females, okay, what is the answer of the female? Female is found to be false. Okay, so this is false, and on top of this not operator, it becomes what? True. Okay, you should not allow females, Abandhi. You should not allow females. Is there any females? Yes, there are no females. False. Okay, if there are no females, okay, this is found to be true. Right, and if there are at least one female, you are not supposed to process. In this case, the output will get evaluated to be what? Has to get evaluated to be false. No, you are not getting any answer. Let me put this here. Now focus here. We know this age is okay. This one is everything goes. Just we need to understand only this line. Okay, only this line. Focus these lines. Okay, age. What is age? Age is okay. This 2 will get evaluated to. First we will substitute this one. Then we will substitute this one. Okay, let us substitute this one. Age is greater than 12. Yes, it is. So true. Followed by double and operator. And again, experience is also greater than 3. Experience is 5. 5 is greater than 3. If you put 5 here, 5 is going to get evaluated against 3, which is going to be again what? True. This condition is valid. Okay, again double and operator. Is male. The answer is very direct. Answer is very direct. True, only right answer. This is also going to be true. Okay, these 3 combinations, true and true and true. All the 3s are true, and you get what? True. In this case, first these 2 will get evaluated. The resultant value will get evaluated against this. So any of the output is going to be true. And you have a confusion here. So if you just use, is female, if you just use is female, my condition is in my company, I am not supposed to allow what? I am not supposed to allow female. So if you want to allow female, what I am doing, what is the answer here? Is female is true, found to be what? Is female is found to be true. Okay, in this case, you are using an operator called not operator. Okay, so the true becomes false here. True becomes false here because I am not allowing females. Okay, I will not allow females. True. Don't get any confused that variable name is female. If there is any female in my company, I will not allow. If that is the case, I will place a or check here. This becomes false, right? Okay. Now the final evaluation is what? False and true. Final evaluation is what? True and false. True and false. True and false is what? False. Making sense, everyone? False. If output is false, this condition will never get satisfied. If this condition will never get satisfied, I cannot print this. What I want to print, what I want to execute, if in my company, if I don't find any female employees, if all the conditions are matching, welcome to the company. Right? If I do not want to allow the male employee, I will just reverse this logic. I will replace this with female, and I will put this as male. Now in this case, male employees are not allowed. So whatever you want to execute, so you are just doing the conditional checks. So every time the conditional check is happening, Happening upon what? Happening upon this. You can do the conditional check by using these relational operators like greater than or lesser than symbols, or else you can also do the complex conditional check by using the AND operators or operators, not operators. There are three types of operators. Okay? And you have what? You have something like or, you have something like not operator. To make a complex conditional check, simple conditional check, very easy. Just say a greater than 10, or if the Balaji is double equal to Balaji, simple conditional check. Complex conditional check, you can do the combination of simple conditional check is going to give the complex conditional check. The real-time applications, you will find a lot of if conditions. You will play with if conditions. One example from the real-time application is like, so you cannot place some transactions to the restricted countries. For example, okay, if the sender country is India, and if let us say that if the receiver country is something like Afghanistan, you can make the transaction, but first of all, they are going to do some checking. Okay? If the money is really going for the actual purpose, or if it is going for any other malpractices, that conditional check will be done. Or conditional check, they will check. Okay, if the receiving country okay, equal to Afghanistan. Okay. Based upon this conditional check, they will write a logic. The country is Afghanistan, do this. If not, else do the remaining thing. You may be thinking, okay, Boolean, only two operators are there. Only one is true and the second one is false. Very simple. We can store that and we can manipulate that. No. There are bigger things. Okay. Most of the things will happen with the Boolean operator as well as in the string by using the strings. By using strings and Booleans, majority of the application will be working on strings and the Boolean operators. Okay. Let me tell you one thing. Tomorrow we will develop the real-time application. Tomorrow, don't miss this class. We are going to today we have mocked this. Tomorrow we will not be mocking this. We will develop the front end as well as we will develop the back end. I will show you how to think logically. Okay, that's all from my side for the